It is December the 2nd, 2 days in a row. So far, so good. I'm keeping this streak up. My kitties are having their second breakfast because they didn't finish their first. So they just come back for some more. I just got off the treadmill for 5 miles and took a shower, washed my hair before that shower gets torn out. And then we're not going to have a shower for a while because we don't have a bathtub or a shower in the other bathroom, and we're going to rip out the hall bathroom, and we'll have to go to my daughter's house to take showers. So that's going to be fun when it's cold outside. But it'd be worth it in the end. So I worked on this yesterday. Well, last night. Yesterday I meant to work on it, but I don't know. I just kept getting sidetracked. When I put a backing on it, you won't notice the thread lines. I put a backing on that one yesterday. It's a piece of felt, and I put that in my Etsy shop, and I even listed it. So yeah, I did that. And I've got this one over here. She has a backing on her too. It's felt, and I'll get that listed soon after I cut off the excess fabric. I don't know how to do the nifty little thing that people do when they sew it up and it cinches in, and I don't have the time or patience for that. So I just backed it my way. I did it my way. Be that a good thing or a bad thing. And I showed you the stockings I made. They haven't been hung on any tree with care yet. They're not supposed to be hung by a tree. It's supposed to be hung by the chimney with care. But you know what I mean. I was just playing on words because I think they're too small to use as Christmas stockings. They're better as a little ornament. A big ornament. They're not little. They're bigger. So yeah, that's that. And I talked about it a little bit yesterday. We had a fire, and it started under the house, and the electrical wires caught on fire. And the dogs woke up Wayne. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. The dogs woke Wayne up, and he startled me awake, but I couldn't get up. I just sat up for a second, and I couldn't see anything because it didn't register to me it was smoke. And I just flopped back down on the pillow. And Wayne tore off out of the house to try to put the fire out. The hose pipe that he used was trapped under all of the demolition stuff that we took out of our bathroom. But Sky, our son, just couldn't. He was just feeling like he needed to go outside and do something on the Saturday before that Monday night, and he's wanting to clean up the yard. So he went out there and he demolished it all. He took care of all the trash. He took everything that could be burned. He has in the burn pile, and the recycled stuff is in another pile. It's all at the back of the yard, at the back of the lot. And so the hose pipe was free. Otherwise, the hose pipe would have been trapped. That would have been very bad. So he was outside with the hose trying to put the fire out. The plastic from the wires and things was dripping, and the insulation was on fire, and it was coming up through the floor, and it was at the back corner of our bedroom. And meanwhile, I was still in the bedroom, and I sat up finally, and because it was in my head, there's a fire under the house, and I sat up, and I couldn't see anything. Like, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. You just could not see anything. And it was so much smoke. And I got up, and I went outside, and I saw the fire. And he told me to cut. I said, should I cut off the breakers to the house? And he said, yes. So I ran back to our room and cut off all the breakers. And then I ran into Sky's room, which was next door, and I opened our window. And I shut our door again, and I got Sky, and he got up. His room wasn't smoky at all. And we all went back outside, and Wayne got the fire out, and I was like, do I call 911? And he's like, don't call 911 because the fire department will make us get out tonight, and we've got our pets, and they'll probably take an axe to the side of our mobile home. And so the fire was out. We were up for hours, just making sure everything was okay. After a while, he went outside and actually was able to trace the fire back to where it began, and that was definitely with the heating. And so we cut back on the electricity, and we left the heat off, and we slept in the living room with a space heater, which is totally safe. And this is not like a little kerosene or anything. It was just a space heater, nice one that we got after his mother passed away, and because it was hers, we got it for her, and so we have it now, and we used it, and he slept in his recliner, and I slept on the little, it's called a fainting sofa that we got off the side of the road, and there wasn't anything wrong with it, and it was so cute. So I brought it home, and we've had it for a year now. And anyway, I slept on that. It's kind of hard to sleep on that because one end, it's got the cushion on it, and the armrest comes up as high, and then it slopes down on the back, and then the other is just drapes off at the end. It's like a chaise, but not. Anyway, you can't lay down flat on it, and I like to sleep on my side and my stomach, so it was hard to sleep on that. Plus, I was so scared to go to sleep. I was so afraid that there would just be more fire, and it was so much in our lungs. It burnt my throat. It just burnt the whole next 2 days after. It burnt, and I could just smell it constantly. And the bedroom, when you walk into it now, it doesn't smell like smoke, except if you get down on the floor in that one corner, and you can still smell the smoke. But we went out the next day, and we bought an odor absorber and some Febreze, and then I washed all the linens and everything in that bedroom. I didn't take all the clothes out and wash them, but I told Wayne, I said, it's like 2 days later, I said, it's like you're walking into a rustic cabin now. That's the vibe I was getting from it, instead of being something scary. But he was able to fix all the wiring back, wire up the heat correctly. Our internet wires melted, our antenna melted, everything was on fire, it all melted, but he was able to fix all that too after a trip to Lowe's. And so far, everything's been fine. Our bathroom and our bedroom is finished, except for we're putting a closet in it, and we don't have that finished yet. That's not a priority. So we'll start on the hall bathroom, and once we do all the demolition on that, we won't have a shower or bathtub. That's why I say we'll have to go to my daughter's house to take a shower, but it'll be worth it in the long run. But this morning it's 27 degrees, so I'm glad I could stay home and have a shower. So that was the story of our fire. It was so scary. It was so smoky, and I'm a light sleeper. So the fact that I didn't wake up with the dogs, and I didn't really wake up when Wayne was telling me there was a fire near the house, I know that I was already under the influence of smoke inhalation, and it was so scary watching that fire. It was like the underneath the house was a big fireplace. It was awful. Oh my gosh, it was awful. We've experienced a lot of awful, and that's up there with the awfuls. So hopefully we've reached our quota of awfuls, and we can just have good things now. And hopefully his kidney is healing from where it got messed up, but I'll tell you about that maybe tomorrow. I'll try to do this again tomorrow. I'm trying to do Vlogmas every day for the whole month. And I know you're going to get bored just me standing here with the phone looking around the studio watching the cats. Well, you can't get bored watching cats. They're just too cool. But I don't want you to get bored. But it's just a way to talk for a little bit to you. It's just interesting what happens in other people's lives. I think that's kind of cool. It kind of puts threads out that connect us all. we hear something and we understand, or we feel for somebody, and it's just like, you're not alone. The bad stuff that happens to you, you're not alone. I wish nothing bad could happen to any of us. I wish we could all just live in peace. We will someday. Let's just hope that today is a nice peace on earth kind of day. So I'm going to go because I'm talking your ear off. And I hope you have a really super groovy day. And maybe we can meet back here tomorrow. Peace out.